3 urgent changes the Milwaukee Bucks need to salvage a catastrophic season. Feet. Fire Doc Rivers. The Milwaukee Bucks entered the season with championship expectations. Anything less than a deep playoff run was supposed to be unacceptable for a team led by Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. Instead, what fans are witnessing feels uncomfortably close to a full-blown collapse. Inconsistency, confusion, and underwhelming effort have turned what should have been a title chase into one of the most frustrating seasons in recent Bucks history. At this point, small tweaks aren't enough. The Bucks don't need patience, they need urgent change. If this season is going to be salvaged, drastic decisions must be made, starting now. Here are 3 critical changes Milwaukee must make immediately before this season spirals beyond repair. 1. Fire Doc Rivers before it's too late. Let's address the elephant in the room. Doc Rivers has not stabilized this team. If anything, the problems have multiplied. Defensive breakdowns persist, rotations remain puzzling, and late-game execution has been nothing short of alarming. This was supposed to be the coach who brought calm and championship pedigree. Instead, Milwaukee looks disjointed, slow to adjust, and mentally fragile. Doc's history is impossible to ignore. Repeated playoff collapses. Star-studded rosters that underachieved. A pattern of teams looking great on paper but falling apart when it matters most. The Bucks are now dangerously close to becoming the latest entry on that list. Giannis thrives in structured chaos, organized freedom. What is getting instead is stagnation. Damian Lillard was brought in to elevate late-game offense, yet Milwaukee still looks lost in crunch time. That's on coaching. If the front office waits until the off-season, it may already be too late. Firing Doc Rivers now would send a clear message. Mediocrity will not be tolerated, and this season is still worth fighting for. 2. Rebuild the defense from the ground up. The Bucks once prided themselves on defense. That identity is gone. Milwaukee's defensive rotations are slow, perimeter coverage is sloppy, and transition defense has been downright embarrassing. Teams no longer fear attacking the Bucks, they expect success. That's a devastating shift for a team with championship ambitions. The current scheme doesn't fit the roster. Asking aging defenders to cover excessive ground is a recipe for disaster. Brook Lopez is being dragged into uncomfortable positions. Giannis is being forced to do everything at once. And help defense often arrives a second too late. The Bucks must simplify. That means clearer assignments, fewer switches, and more accountability. Defense is about effort as much as strategy, and right now, Milwaukee lacks both. This team doesn't need to be elite defensively, but it must be competent. Without that baseline, no amount of offensive firepower will matter in the playoffs. A defensive identity must be re-established immediately, or the season will crumble under its own weight. 3. Put the ball in Damian Lillard's hands, fully. Damian Lillard wasn't brought to Milwaukee to be a luxury accessory. He was brought in to close games. Yet too often, Lillard looks uncomfortable, passive, or misused. He's forced into off-ball roles that neutralize his greatest strength, controlling the offense under pressure. Late in games, the Bucks hesitate. Possessions become cluttered. The flow disappears. This isn't a talent issue, it's a usage issue. Milwaukee must fully commit to Lillard as the primary closer. That doesn't diminish Giannis, it enhances him. Giannis thrives attacking tilted defenses, not creating from scratch in isolation during the final minutes. When Dame is empowered, spacing improves, decision-making sharpens, and panic subsides. Championship teams know exactly who they are in crunch time. Right now, the Bucks don't. Until that hierarchy is established, late-game losses will continue to pile up, and so will the frustration. A season hanging by a thread. The Bucks are running out of time. Every loss chips away at confidence. Every blown lead feeds doubt. And every game that looks disorganized raises the same terrifying question. Is this season already lost? Giannis Antetokounmpo is in his prime. Damian Lillard is still elite. Windows like this don't stay open forever. The cost of inaction could be catastrophic, not just for this season, but for the franchise's future. Fans feel it. Players feel it. And the league sees it. Milwaukee still has the talent to turn things around, but only if bold decisions are made now. Not later. Not after another early playoff exit. Fire Doc Rivers. Fix the defense. Empower Damian Lillard. Do those 3 things, and the Bucks still have a fighting chance. Ignore them, and this season will be remembered as one of the most painful squandered opportunities in franchise history.